Who is this Keir Starmer, the former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom? According to Wikipedia, Encyclopaedia Britannica and the Labour Party, Keir Starmer was born on September 2, 1962, in London, is a prominent British politician and lawyer currently serving as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom since July 2024. He has been the leader of the Labour Party since 2020 and has represented Holborn and St Pancras as a Member of Parliament since 2015. Starmer grew up in Oxted, Surrey, as one of 4 children. His father was a toolmaker and his mother a nurse who battled a severe illness throughout her life. He attended Reigate Grammar School and later became the first in his family to attend university, graduating with a law degree from the University of Leeds in 1985 and a Bachelor of Civil Law from St Edmund Hall, Oxford in 1986. Professionally, Starmer began his legal career as a barrister in 1987, specialising in human rights and criminal defence. He co-founded Doughty Street Chambers and was appointed Queen's Counsel in 2002. His notable work includes advising the Northern Ireland Policing Board and prosecuting major cases as the Director of Public Prosecutions from 2008 to 2013. For his contributions to law and criminal justice, he was knighted in 2014. Entering politics later in life, Starmer joined the Labour Party and was elected to Parliament in 2015. He served in various shadow cabinet positions, including Shadow Secretary of State for exiting the European Union. After Labour's defeat in the 2019 general election, he won the Labour leadership in 2020, focusing on repositioning the party towards the political centre and addressing anti-Semitism within the party. Starmer is also known for his love of football, being a lifelong Arsenal fan and regularly playing the game. He lives in North London with his wife Victoria and their 2 children. Now we will talk about recently empowered party of UK. The Labour Party is a major political party in the United Kingdom with a rich history dating back to the early 20th century. Here is an overview of its evolution. Formation and early years, 1900 to 1918. Founded in 1900, the Labour Party was established as the Labour Representation Committee, LRC, in 1900, primarily by trade unions and socialist groups, to represent the working class in Parliament. First MPs. The LRC won 29 seats in the 1906 general election and was renamed the Labour Party. World War I. The party grew in prominence during and after World War I, advocating for workers' rights and social justice. Interwar period, 1918 to 1939, 1918 Constitution. The party adopted a new constitution in 1918 which included Clause the 4th, committing the party to the common ownership of the means of production. First Labour government. In 1924, Ramsay MacDonald became the first Labour Prime Minister, although his government lasted only 9 months. He led a second Labour government from 1929 to 1931, which struggled with the Great Depression, post-war era and Attlee government, 1945 to 1951. Landslide victory. In 1945, Labour won a landslide victory under Clement Attlee, who became Prime Minister. Welfare state. Attlee's government implemented significant reforms, including the creation of the National Health Service, NHS, nationalisation of major industries, and expansion of the welfare state, the Labour Party. Mid-20th century, 1950s to 1970s, alternating power. Labour alternated in power with the Conservative Party, focusing on social reforms and economic policies. Harold Wilson, Wilson's government, 1964 to 1970, 1974 to 1976, focused on modernisation, technological advancement and social changes. Economic challenges. The 1970s were marked by economic difficulties, strikes and the Winter of Discontent, 1978 to 1979. Shift and modernisation, 1980s to 1990s. Internal conflicts. The 1980s saw internal conflicts within Labour, leading to a shift to the left under Michael Foot and a split with the formation of the Social Democratic Party, SDP. Neil Kinnock and modernisation. Under Neil Kinnock, Labour began to modernise and move towards the political centre. Tony Blair and New Labour. Tony Blair rebranded the party as New Labour in the 1990s, leading to a landslide victory in 1997. Blair's government focused on centrist policies, economic stability and social reforms. 21st century, 2000s present. Gordon Brown. Blair was succeeded by Gordon Brown in 2007, who faced the global financial crisis of 2008. Post-Brown era, Labour faced electoral defeats in 2010 and 2015. Ed Miliband and later Jeremy Corbyn led the party through periods of internal debates about its direction. Keir Starmer. In 2020, Keir Starmer became leader, aiming to rebuild and reposition the party for future elections. The Labour Party. The weak. Key themes and achievements: welfare state, establishment and expansion of the welfare state, including the NHS. Workers' rights, advocacy for workers' rights and social justice. Economic policies, nationalisation of key industries and economic reforms. Modernisation, shifts towards centrist policies and modernisation under New Labour. The Labour Party's history reflects its continuous efforts to adapt and respond to the changing political and social landscape of the UK. The history of Labour Party and how much time Labour Party on power. The Labour Party has held power in the United Kingdom during several distinct periods. Here is a breakdown of the time they have spent in government. Early 20th century 1924. Labour formed its first government under Ramsay MacDonald, but it was short-lived, lasting only from January to November 1924. 1929 to 1931. MacDonald led a second Labour government, which also struggled with economic challenges during the Great Depression and ended in 1931. Post-war period 1945 to 1951, Clement Attlee's government, one of the most transformative in British history, focused on post-war reconstruction and establishing the welfare state, including the National Health Service, NHS. Mid-20th century 1964 to 1970. Harold Wilson served as Prime Minister, leading a Labour government that focused on modernisation and social reform. 1974 to 1979. Wilson returned to power in 1974, later succeeded by James Callaghan. This period was marked by economic difficulties and industrial unrest, culminating in the Winter of Discontent. Late 20th century to early 21st century 1997 to 2010. Tony Blair's new Labour government marked a significant shift towards centrist policies. Blair served until 2007, succeeded by Gordon Brown, who led until 2010. This period included substantial economic growth and various social reforms. Time in power. Adding up these periods: 1924, approximately 10 months, 1929 to 1931, approximately 2 years, 1945 to 1951, approximately 6 years, 1964 to 1970, approximately 6 years, 1974 to 1979, approximately 5 years, 1997 to 2010, approximately 13 years, total time in power. The Labour Party has been in power for approximately 32 years in total throughout its history. Keep your eyes peeled and stay informed, because these changes could have far-reaching impacts on our lives. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning. See you soon.